Hey, I'm Greg Kofer. I'll be presenting the drink mixing machine we will be creating this semester, and we are Team 9. So we're going to start with our introduction. We have our planning, customer needs, product specifications, and economic analysis. That's everything we'll be covering in this report. As we move through, each part kind of plays off the next. It's important that we know our customers' needs in order to put together a plan. You have to know what the economic analysis is, what the market is, all that kind of stuff, for us to be able to move forward and compete. And of course, product specifications, you can't have a product unless you have specifications. So we will put all this together and create a whole product. But for now, we have a report on what exactly to expect as we move through the semester. So our mission statement, we put together all the information we needed. We had our product description, our benefit proposition, key business goals, primary and secondary market, our assumptions, and our stakeholders. So all this together kind of lets us get an idea of what to expect from the market and from our product, and that's kind of where you need to start. We start with some sort of base idea, get some input, and then find who exactly we're targeting, and from there we can start moving forward in our goals and where we need to go as we develop the product. So all of this kind of allows us to get a better idea as we move forward, and this encapsulates all of the project and keeps us on track with where we need to be. So our Gantt chart gives us a good idea of our timing, everything that needs to be going on at certain times, whatever tasks need to be done in order for another task to be done. This is all important information. Given we have 43 days, it's important that we know what tasks are important, what tasks are less important, what needs to be done by what time. It's all important to the next task, and can't get the next task done until you get this one done for a lot of these. As you can see, we have a lot of red. There's a lot of critical tasks for our project because we have so many specific design features that interact with other design features. So until we get a tank done, we can't get tubing fitted to the tank, things like that. So overall, that's important to us. That whole 43-day cycle is going to be relied on heavily as we move into the design process and even further into the manufacturing process. So hopefully we can shorten our timeline by 2 to 3 days. It's going to come down to allocating tasks efficiently, and as we all know, we're students, we still have other work to do. It's important that we know we are able to communicate, and if we have a task that we just can't get done in a week, that we have teammates that can pick up that slack, and we have the time to get it done. We will get those tasks done in order to move forward with the project as a whole. So our customer profile is going to be people a lot like us. We're college students, we live in Blacksburg, and the majority of the population is going to be Virginia Tech students. So it is important that we market to those students. Given we're surrounded by them every day, it's a little bit easier to get a good evaluation of what to expect from them. But we do still want to do these customer profiles and our interviews that help us construct a good idea of what to expect. We're going to hope that our target market is appealed by the product and also is interested in the cost of the product. College student is not going to have a lot of money. They're often relying on their parents to provide them whatever they need, or at times working a low-wage job and relying on student loans, and nobody that's spending that type of money on their future really wants to spend too much money on something as fun as this. So we hope we're offering an alternative that gives them the option, that allows them to look at this as something that is possible for them. So we're hoping that this is something that appeals to somebody like our customer profile. And as we move forward, we'll continue to build on those interviews, hopefully have a strong market that this appeals to. So now we have our use case. Our use case is kind of we're moving into a deeper evaluation of our customers. We know the market. We are part of the market, which is a little bit easier for us, but we need to understand the market and what they expect. We came down to affordability, ease of use. Our selection has to be wide, and our cleaning must be easy. These were all things that we found very common in our interviews. People expected that it was going to be quicker and easier to clean, because that's the two biggest things with hand mixing. When you're hand mixing a drink, you can usually expect that you're going to have a lot of dishes, and you're also going to spend a lot of time trying to put that drink together. And with our product, our hope is that we're able to give them an affordable option that means they don't have to rely on hand mixing anymore. So our use case kind of sums that up. There's a deeper description there, but all of it gives a good idea of what to expect from the customer and therefore what we should expect to output with our product. So with our survey, it was kind of just getting a better idea of what really mattered to the customers with what was left. At this point, we had things that we knew mattered, but we needed to understand what was the most important and what was the least important so that we could further develop our economic plans and know what specifications that if it comes down to it, we really need to prioritize. So we had our 7 points, and our 7 points were ranked. We had our top 5 come out in our Gantt chart. But really, the couple that we really found the most important was cleaning, which was semi-surprising for college students, but we're happy to see it. Cleaning was very important to them. Obviously, it is the dish issue is kind of what we're trying to solve to a degree. So being able to run that quick cleaning process would be great. We also found that the accurate pours were a big deal. It's important that we're able to accurately pour and give an exact drink every time, especially if you're making several drinks at once. And then another big one was volume. You want to be able to make several drinks at once. You don't want to have to go back and refill a tank and then make another drink and refill a tank and make another drink. At that point, why not hand mix? So now we're on to our rankings. This is kind of why we had the survey. It was all important to give us an idea of where we prioritize. The most important thing we found was the association between drinks and another drink that could be created without a recipe. And it is important, we want them to have the freedom. It is important that we have a variety of drinks so that they're afforded options in the first place. But if you have a drink that isn't necessarily written down in a book somewhere, it's important that you're able to put that together in one way or another. So having a list or some sort of recipe list that gives you an idea of, hey, this drink has these proportions, you can kind of move forward with another drink operating under those circumstances. You give yourself an accurate pour, even if it is different ingredients. So our QFD was a deeper analysis of the economic parts of our product. Obviously, any product has to go on the market. It's important that we're able to evaluate before the fact what to expect. And so from the top of our QFD, we can see we have our relativity, for instance, the tank volume and the amount we're able to serve. It's a 5 because it's very important that we are able to see that feature in order to get less refilling and more drinks. From that, as we move down, we have our next rankings, which will give us our 5 to 1 as well. Our 5 to 1 now comes down to the difficulty of design and the length of testing. So for 5, we're expecting a lot of busy work. We're expecting the things that we see in the manufacturing process. We want to get that stuff out of the way early because we know it takes up a lot of time. Our things that are ranked 1 or 2, we're going to expect a lot more design and less manufacturing. So here we can see the overview of our economic analysis. Our break-even point at 334 products. We have a scenario 1, so we're not expecting to increase the price or decrease the price as we continue to sell more. So in that case, we have a linear graph. It's going to show us exactly this is our break-even point, and from there we're moving past and we're going to profit, and that's what we want to see. So to summarize the presentation, it's all about our customer base. We want to see our Virginia Tech students find a product that is appealing to them and is also affordable to them. So all of this kind of comes together in our analysis, and we're hoping that it gives a good idea of what to expect from our project this semester.